Welcome back. Prom can be one of the most memorable nights of your high school years.
So today, prom night driving guidelines to ensure those memories are happy as well as joyful. Anne Scallon is the founder of the online driving resource called Before the Wheel. She's here with the 3 most important topics to discuss with your teen before the big night. And the 3 topics I don't think will surprise people, but it's a wonderful reminder of the conversations that aren't so fun, but that we need to have with our teen, and probably at a time where everybody's kind of calm and happy, not people are rushed or frustrated.
Right. And that's what I always say is get together, be engaged with your teen, participate in the activities, picking out the dress or tuxedo, going out for the corsage. That is a time to get your teen to open up and talk about all the different things when they feel comfortable, not like the night before, do this, don't do that.
And yeah, you want to say it, because my daughter's going to prom this year. It's her junior prom, so you want to say it at a time when it's like a good conversation to have, not something like, okay, you're going tonight, now here's what I want. Okay, no drinking, no texting, you know. And then the other thing that you said was, watch how many kids get in the car, right? So should we go through each of those points?
Yes, definitely.
All right, starting with alcohol, and you've said this before, but you have to be aware that buzzed driving, as it relates to kids who are underage, is drunk driving, basically, because it's a zero tolerance, an absolute sobriety is the rule.
Right. So not a drop of alcohol. So I think, you know, talking to your teen about the fact that past behaviors for their friends are good indicators of future behaviors.
I like the way you say that.
Yes.
So, you put it gently.
Yes. So if they think they're going to talk somebody out of who already has this behavior, it's just not going to happen.
Right.
So they need to make alternate plans. They need to drive with somebody else, drive by yourself. I'm saying drive in 2s, because the more that people that are in the car, the worse, you know, the excitement gets. So I'm sure we'll cover that later. But with the alcohol, it's just no tolerance for it at all.
Okay.
And you have to have a backup plan. So you have to be available, or if you have older teens, or, you know, 21-year-olds or people who are home for spring break, also have them available.
Right.
If the teen has to call in an emergency situation.
And should it be no questions asked? Hey, if you need a ride or find yourself in a situation where you're uncomfortable, call us, no problem, we'll pick you up anywhere?
I think it has to be no questions asked, because if they feel that they're going to be picked up and then go through, you know, the investigative, you know, interview, that's not going to be very attractive.
Right. I told my daughter I'm on high alert on Saturday, so you need to text me. I'll come get you wherever you are. It doesn't matter. But speaking of texting, absolutely not. I know we drill this into kids' heads, but maybe it's worth repeating. No texting and distracted driving.
Right, and I just say, you know, say yes to no distractions. The thing is, you have at least, if you're going to prom, you have at least one other person in the car.
Yeah.
Let them do the communication. There's no reason for the driver to do the communication.
Yeah, that's so key. And that it's just so, you know, studies show that when kids get a text or they hear their phone ringing, all of us are like this.
Oh, it's so hard to not look.
Our instinct is to answer it, to read it, to look at it.
Right.
You know, so you got to fight that and teach them about those situations. We often hear that expression, safety in numbers, but as it relates to driving, what's your point about that?
So it's the opposite. Obviously, if your teens are going out, you know, walking at night, you're going to say safety in numbers. But in the vehicle, it's the opposite. The more teens that get in a vehicle, the more excited they get, the more adrenaline they have, the more of the desire to take risk. So just say, you know, keep it to 2. A lot of parents make arrangements, whether it's a trolley service or something else, so you don't even have to worry about it. But then, of course, you have to remind them you still don't want alcohol, even if they're not driving. So,
and too, and this is the year when I think a lot of kids are getting their restrictions off. That means, oh, now I can pile as many kids into the car as can fit. That's just, you know, and that's a big worry that you're going to, you know, one car, you're going to have 6 kids. That's just a bad idea.
Right, and I always say, sell them on the benefits of flexibility. You won't have to convince, you know, 5 people to do this or that. If you have 1 or 2 people, you don't want to go to that in-between event or something. You want to do something different or time it differently. You have that flexibility.
And I love your point that you always make too about have that what to do if. or what to do when list. So talk through different scenarios and give suggestions on what they should do. In all situations, take the opportunity to be part of the fun too. Remember that these are fun events, but have the conversations. Plan ahead, have the conversation about prom. You can get more advice as well as resources by going to beforethewheel.com, which is Anne's website. Great to see you.
Thank you.